And welcome to a CA850 video. Today it's a little bit different. I'm going to show you how I go through about doing my track, preparing it for, as you can see, on the layout. So as you can see, I've got two stages here. So we've gone from nothing there to how we are here. So this is sort of how we want it to end up, but that's how we are so far. So I'm going to do a little step by step by the station on how I got this far, and hopefully that will help you in making your track work a bit more realistic. So for this stage, all I've got is a cheap paintbrush, some Rail Match paint, which is focus 454 light rust, and for this I've got some brown paint and some, for the sleepers, some brown paint and some the sleeper grime, and obviously some ballast. There's different ways of doing a ballast, and I will go through both ways. This will be a long video, but hopefully it will be some help. So stick with me, and hopefully I will at least help someone on their track work. So the first thing on this section where we're going to be working on today, I need to address is this hole here. As Dave from Dave Model Railway pointed out, that a lot of modelers forget about that hole, the gap between track. It's an easy remedy, it's such an easable fix, and I will now show you how to fix said hole and show what a difference it will be. So what you need for this bit is an old bit of track. So just going to cut underneath, you see the sleeper there, just cut it from the rest of it. Try not to cut through the rail because I don't need the rail. Just need the plastic. That should then come out. So you're now left, sorry sheep, with a single bit like this. So to tidy it up, we will cut that bit off, that bit off, that bit, that bit, and at the top of the sleepers, a bit of focus, you've got the chairs where the rail sat on. The best thing to do with that is, again, just to cut it right down. And that then will make it a lot easier to fit in that gap. Right, so that bit is done. So we're going to go for this bit here. So it's quite simple. Look roughly where it's going to go. Lay it there. And then push it in. And what a difference that makes. So that's the first bit done for that section. So we're going to work from here up to the Colas vans. This is Durley Holt. So the reason I ripped the track up, because I feel my coaches was having issues on the code 75, so I've now switched it to code 100, and everything seems to be running better. I'm not going to run through how I laid the track, because I just put it straight back down, hammered the nails, and done. So grab your Rail Match paint. I've got a cocktail stick that I just do. So I'm going to work from the point, because I don't want to do the point because that's a separate video altogether. And it's quite simple. Dip it in and just go along the side of the rail. It don't matter about getting a sleeper, because we got some stuff to put over the sleeper when you've done this. And just keep going. So while I'm doing this, the plans for 2019 are, well, my circumstances have changed a lot. Personal reasons, and I now find myself have a bit more time on my hand. I'm still at uni, still studying to be a paramedic, and just have a little more time, hence why I've been up here. I've got a fair whack of new stock that can be now presented to the channel. So I'll try and do a review a week. This week is a new release review of something that's recently been released and will feature against an older version that's already been out and released. If you can guess what it is, leave a comment below. So we'll do this section just here. So, done that bit. Now what we're going to do is the other side, the other track, the other rail, or whatever you want to call it. Nice and simple. Other things are, I'm looking to go and explore more places. I've got a trip this weekend going to Derby, but that's not train related, even though I'm travelling by train. If you want a little vlog on it, then feel free. But I'm actually going to go and watch my beloved Southampton, who are absolutely terrible this season, go and play Derby County in the FA Cup. So that will be a good one. Also, I have tickets for both the Bluebell and the Swanage. Probably going to look at doing a review of them. There's plenty of mainline stuff and places I want to go. I've got a trip coming up to Preston. Again, I'll do some videos on that. And yeah, just generally try and get out a bit more. So I've done that. I'm just going to pause the video and just talk through what I'm going to do next, as I don't want to damage or deface the station. So, I'm going to obviously now do the other side of the rail, the other side, because I could leave it this side. Because I do a lot of filming both sides, I don't want it to look naff. So the station don't get defaced with rust paint, just a simple bit of bit of masking tape just to protect it. So I just got to swing around the other side because it's easier. So grab your paint, give it another stir. Put that just there for a second. Let's move the coalesce vans, they can go off road. So this is going to be a little bit more tighter. Now normally, the best time to do this is when you haven't got a platform in situ. So this is going to be a lot more tougher than normally. So top tip, do it before you get a platform. Make sure that your board is clear of any ballast. See that the paper there, the masking tape, that would have gone on to the platform. It won't hurt to keep the masking tape there. I got this layout a good price, excellent condition, but me being me, have butchered it, and I really apologise if the person who I got it from is watching. I'm sorry, but I do like this layout. So that's that bit done. Right, so that's that bit fine. Then you're going to do the inside of the rail. Again, it's just trying to make it look a bit more or less toy type, because you know I need to up my skills. I've taken some advice on this, and I think it will look, hopefully, smart than just plain track. It depends. I use light rust because that's what I had. You can use dark rust, but don't forget, it's what you want to model. There's no correct, there's no right way. It's your layout. And there we are. That's done. Right, let's move that. So as you can see now, that's both sections done. So just to tidy it up before we go on to the next stage, just put a track rubber, because the paint's still wet, just along, and that just shines the railhead back up. There we are. Just make sure you don't put that bit face down on any scenery. So that's the rust side done. So what I'm going to do now, just let that dry for about an hour. We'll come back and we will go through the next stage of what to do. So obviously for you guys that will be like that, but obviously I'll leave it now, go and grab a cup of tea and we'll come back to it. Welcome back. So given that a chance to dry, so what we're going to do now is just ensure the paint's ready. We're going to paint the sleepers sort of a brown. I've gone for Hornby matte, Humbrol matte 160. It's what I used on the rest of the layout, and just a nice, easy, simple. Move all the sheep out of the way. Not like this to real animals before anyone gets any ideas. I like animals as much as everyone else. Right, so that's ready to go. So just nice and simple. I'm going to keep the tape there for this bit, so brush in, hopefully the brush should be alright. If not, that's fine. Just clear a space and then just paint the sleepers. Again, it's a nice, slow, tedious job, but it's that little bit of effort that makes it more pleasing for the eye, especially for looking at it. It just makes a slight difference, and that's what you want. You don't want that sort of toy look if you're going for model route. I mean, nothing wrong with toy look. If you like it, then it's fine. But like I said, I think it's time to sort of up the game, up the tempo, and see if we can make a difference. I mean, obviously, you're not going to see the total effect of how this way works until sort of when the ballast is down and glued and stuff. But already you can see that it's starting to look much better than as it is. I mean, I could dry brush it, but because I got a lot of rust on, it's just easier to do it like this. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not an amazing modeler. I would never ever suggest that. I mean, we all try our best. But this year I want to get into more of doing my own resprays, renumbering again. Keep going on that. I've done a lot on my Colas fleet. I got up the ante now to a GBRF 66. I've got everything for that. Going to renumber one to a loco that is named after a railway round here. Bearing in mind I'm in the south. But yeah, it all depends on your own individual choice. I picked this technique up from Alan Simmons at Greenvale. I'm hoping once he started rearranging his, I can do some running shots of my stock on his layout. Those that can see, I've sent my 73s off, my Colas 73 to New Junction with Richard. I'm hoping they're going to be going elsewhere soon. I'm just waiting for that to be confirmed. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to achieve here. Is just to repaint the sleepers and already you can see us. I just think it looks so much neater, nicer. I know there's going to be people out there going, "Oh, you're doing it wrong, you should do it like this." This way has served me well in the past, and I think it's only fair to share what works. That's the idea of hobbying. So I'm going to continue this, and then I'll wrap the video up for tonight. And then that will then just be the first part of what I do on weathering and making my track work look a bit more less train set and more modelling. So yeah, I'll finish this, we'll summarise up, and then we will leave it to you. Thank you very much. So there we go. We have now completed what would be normal looking track to weathered track. This will look so much different when it's dried. It will look better than with the ballast. So hopefully for someone that's been some help. If not, then apologise, but hopefully it has helped someone. Any comments or feedback, please leave behind. Next video will be on ballasting. The different techniques on how I ballast the different ways. And also do a loco review on the new loco that's come out. I've got everything with it now, so that's all good. So thanks for watching. Happy New Year to you all, and see you next time.